Thank you very much, Howard, and thank you for having me. And again, Sadiq sends his apologies. As you heard, there are rather a lot of hustings taking place at the moment. Homelessness, to me, is a matter I find incredibly depressing that we seem to not just have stalled but gone backwards from where we were before. We've seen the number of people sleeping rough on the streets of London more than double since 2008. And I fear that the problem is going to get worse because of some of the national policies that are being put forward. Because homelessness is, of course, not just a product of the housing crisis, so that is important, and I want to talk about that. Things like the welfare changes are having a big impact. And the idea that sanctioning someone who has very, very complex needs, who is out in the streets, is going to help them in any way get into work or into employment or into a house is, I think, living in a completely different world. And I'm particularly worried about what's happening with proposals to change housing benefit for young people. And I pay tribute to organisations like the Albert Kennedy Trust, who work with young LGBT people, who I think will be particularly affected if young people are not able to access housing benefit and the support they need if they are kicked out of home by their parents because of who they are. So I think whoever the next mayor is who is elected needs to lobby the government on welfare reform and do so far more effectively than this current mayor has done. And I don't really think the current mayor's heart is in the fight on welfare reform. But of course housing is a major issue. Sadiq Khan has set out how he will get the homes that we need built through things like Homes for Londoners, which will get City Hall building directly. We also need to create more security as well. The current government seems to be trying to make the social rented sector as insecure as the private rented sector. I think we need to be going the other way, making private renting more like social renting. And of course we need interventions as well. Sadiq wants to set up, to build on No Second Night Out and to develop No First Night Out as well to make sure that people don't spend even one night out on the streets. And I'll set out a few more things that Sadiq will do in the questioning.